What's going on, everyone? It's time to talk about a horror comedy called The Final Girls. It was released March 13th, 2015, and it's produced by Michael Landon and Janice uh, Rillingness or something like that. Yeah. It was written by M.A. Fortin and Joshua John Miller, directed by Todd Strauss Golson, and he's done films such as A Very Harold and Kumar Christmas, Isn't It Romantic, Zombie Brother, and Silent Retreat, to name a few of the films that he's done, anyways. And it had a budget of $4.5 million. So this is a horror comedy. Um, yeah, yeah. So you meet the main chick. I can't remember the character's name off the top of my head, but yeah, the main girl, leading girl, who's Vera Farmiga's younger sister, plays her, and yeah, she's her mom's like a slasher, like a film actress trying to make it big in Hollywood and stuff, but she stars in a slasher film, and 20 years later, she still can't get out of that role, and it's not the one that she's most well known for. And then her and her mom are out for a late night drive, get something, and they get into a car accident, and then her mom dies. And so she's stuck dealing with this grief, and of course her high school or college friends, anyways, put together. One of them puts together the blood camp for 1 and 2, like back to back showings of the 20-year anniversary in a theater. So he convinces her to come at least attend it with all of her friends and everything, even though she doesn't want to because her mom's in that and might bring back memories, and not she's might not feel up to it. But she gets talked into going, and because she's like failing her grades, and he said he's gonna do all her work, so all the assignments for her. So convinces her to go. They go and they start watching the film, and some silly teens are drinking alcohol in the thing, smoking some weed or cigars and stuff. And one of them spills the alcohol, lights it, and the whole theater goes up. So they have to cut through the screen and go through, find an exit there while everyone's trying to go through the exit that's on fire for some reason. And yeah, this causes a weird effect of yeah, they actually enter into the movie their mom's in, and it takes them a little bit to realize it, and it is so funny how they do it. And yeah, and basically it makes fun of all the slasher tropes, and pokes fun at like stupid decisions in horror films and everything. And it's up to these her and her friends to help the actors in the film um like make it to the end, and they have to find a way out of this like situation. And so they play along with it basically. And yeah, it gets it's pretty funny, it's pretty comedic, it's a little weird, but yeah, and a little complex. For a film this complex, I was pretty impressed with it. The cinematography is pretty well done. It's very vibrant, very colorful for a film, and it definitely has a lot of homages to older films. Like obviously, the premise of the slasher film that they're in is a nod to Friday the 13th, and the opening credits is like a nod to The Thing, and a whole pile of other good nods and stuff like that. And the killer's pretty menacing and stuff in this. But that's not the whole. The film's not really about being a slasher comedy. It's more about working on the someone going through the emotions of loss and trying to help them, soothe them, and to help them like continue on after that. And it's very emotional and sad film. It's basically, there's a lot of emotion to it and a lot of ups and downs. And there's some scenes where you just be like, girl, you need to get over that and move on. And so just like the way they interact with the characters, because this is 2015, and they go back to like 1970, 1980 when the film was made. And it's just like ridiculous. Also, the flashback scenes are pretty funny because you see the screen melt and they go black and white, and then they freak out about it, and then they realize they're in a flashback. It's really funny and amusing. Overall, the film is pretty well done. Good acting. The humor is pretty good in this one. It kind of holds its own, and it's not too stupid or anything like that. It's not like a not like what the scary movie franchise, like purposely bad. And yeah, it's actually pretty well written film. The music is also pretty good in this, and they have some really good camera shots for the cinematography in this. I was pretty impressed with all that. Um, the main thing I have to complain about this story is half the special effects in it are a little cheesy looking. Like it's not state of the art CG. Like the crash scene looked like a cartoon, and certain transitions, like with like the screen dripping to go into a flashback scene, was kind of hokey and silly. Um, yeah, but for the most part, it's pretty good. But also, when it for the first half of the film, it's pretty solid, pretty well put together. But then as it goes on, it focuses more on the emotional side of things, and it kind of bogs it down a tiny bit, not a lot, but it kind of focuses more on that for a while. And then it goes into your cliche sort of ending, and the ending's a little bit predictable, but overall, it's a fun little film. Nothing spectacular, but a good, entertaining film to say the least. It wasn't really it's more comedy than horror anyways too. So if you're looking for a light-hearted good film for watching on Halloween, which it's Halloween today, so happy Halloween, but yeah, or maybe even next year. Or if you just like horror and comedies and stuff and you want to check it out, check this one out. It's pretty good. But it's definitely not on the top of my list. It's not super spectacular, but yeah. So I'm gonna give this film a 3.5 out of 5. I think that's a reasonable one. It kind of, yeah, it's just above the middle, but it's nothing super spectacular. It's definitely a good concept, and it's pretty good for the ambitious type of story that they're trying to tell. And I enjoyed that. So, yeah, there's a chill link down below, like always. Also, my Instagram's always linked down below, where I post clips of films I'm going to review in the future. On my story, I usually have the film title and hashtag, and put the subgenre of films or subgenres of films in the in the video clip. And yeah, so you can follow me there to stay in the loop, or you can also follow me on Letterbox. That's where I post my first like star rating after watching every film. So yeah, yeah, it's at Derek P Reviews on Letterbox. So yeah, follow me on one of those two to stay in the loop. Like this video, share it so more people are aware of it. Comment your opinions of the film down below. Let me know what you thought of it. And if you have any films that you want to hear my opinions on in the future, comment those down below. I'll try my best to get to them as soon as I can, and if I can, I'll review anything, so don't be shy if it's like a rom-com or something like that. I'll probably get to it eventually anyways. And yeah, make sure you subscribe, because you never know what I'm really going to talk about next, which I actually have a couple more horror films to talk about, because I'm going to be watching some tonight. Happy Halloween, and yeah, stay tuned for some classics that I'm going to be talking about probably tomorrow or the next day. So yeah, stay tuned for those, and yeah, have a happy Halloween and a safe one, and yeah, watch out for those slasher films that are always trying to suck you in and kill you. That's the worst. And yeah, maybe don't drink and smoke in theaters. That might be a good idea too. But till the next one, I guess I'll see you all then, and hopefully we can find something interesting, cool, and unique together. So see you in the next one. Cheers.